Welcome to another Walk It Out Wednesdays with Coach T. And for those of you who may be new to me, I am your women's empowerment coach, Toria Renee, and I'm known to all my journey walkers as Coach T. I created this midweek chat just so I could share encouraging words with you that's going to help you walk out your journey to a better you. And the whole hope is that together, by God's grace, we're all going to get better at that walk. It is April. It is April of 2026. That means the entire first quarter of the year is officially over. And guess what? We are still here. That is something to be thankful for. I just celebrated Resurrection Week, so I am kicking off my April series this week, and it's called Leaning into it. And by that, I mean whatever it is that feeds us, that fuels us, that encourages and or empowers us to make the shift from good to great, or maybe even make the shift from great to phenomenal. This month, we're going to identify, embrace, activate, and cultivate all of our untapped brilliance, because it is that untapped brilliance that is going to shift us in the way we need to be shifted so that we can move forward and again be the best versions of ourselves. I want us to kick stagnation right in the butt, right on out of our lives, okay? So that we can finally take those giant leaps to our next. Y'all ready to jump? Let's get into it. I want to invite you first to identify your untapped brilliance. Jeremiah 29:11 reads this: For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans that are going to give you a hope and a future. I want you to think about the next couple of statements I'm going to make. Okay? Do I constantly start things that I'll never finish? Got 29 balls in the air, can't catch one, can't catch none of them, right? Do I launch all these efforts that yield success, but not the desired success? Am I holding back in areas where I'm clear? It's clear to me, and I know for a fact that God has equipped me to excel in. Do I hesitate to make bold steps because I am afraid of failure or judgment? Are there opportunities I've ignored that could have unlocked doors to my next level? You know, those doors, those opportunities that just be dancing in front of our face and we just be letting them pass us on right on by? Those ones. If you answered yes to any of these questions, I want you to know that I am talking to you tonight. Yes, hey, I'm talking to you, okay? Sometimes we can get really, really stuck in these patterns of doing things that yield mediocre results, okay? Other times we can be so unsure about whether or not what we have, the experiences that we have in our lives, whether or not the knowledge that we have, whether or not that's actually valuable to offer someone. And then it makes us do absolutely nothing. Then we feel stuck. We feel stagnant. We feel guilty. We feel unmotivated. We feel worthless. We feel powerless. We feel like we don't add any value to the world. We feel like we just don't matter. But I want you to know something. I got good news for you. God has placed unique gifts inside of each and every last one of us. All he's waiting for is for us to partner with him so he can tell us what they are. You should say to yourself, I want you to say this declaration out loud. Lord, reveal to me what my portion is. Lord, reveal to me what my portion is. Okay? I promise you. Reveal to me what my portion is, because that's all he's waiting for you to come and ask. Please reveal to me what my portion is. Once you make that discovery, it's gonna help you, and you're gonna stop settling for what you think is good enough and start realizing that the greatness that God has for you is so much bigger than what your tiny little mind can even imagine. Okay? Have you ever noticed that people who aren't interested in advancing in life never seem to realize that they are actually stuck? Have you ever noticed that? The whole world and everybody else around them can know that they are stuck in a pattern of bullswacky and nothingness, right? And they'll have no clue. You know why that is? Because they don't really care. It's not important to them. They don't have anything. They are so disconnected from their purpose that they're not even interested, which means that they're so disconnected from their purpose that they aren't even feeling the gentle nudges, those gentle prompts. But I got to tell you something. If you can pinpoint any area of your life where you feel stuck, that is proof that you know that you can do more. That you know there's a fullness that God has for you that you haven't even stepped into yet. Oftentimes, when we feel stuck, it shows up as frustration or defeat. And the reason it shows up that way is because we're so busy doing everything else but what we're supposed to be doing. And when you are busy doing things that don't really fulfill your purpose, you feel out of place, disjointed, disconnected, non-productive, right? And whenever you start feeling non-productive, you get frustrated, and then you feel like you are a failure. But what if that uncomfortable feeling that imbalance that you feel in that uncomfortable space that you are in, you're naming it frustration, or you're naming it defeat, or you're naming it restlessness? What if it's really a divine nudge from God that is prompting you to finally use the potential that He's given you? God has placed these desires in you to grow, to do, and to be more. All you have to do is activate your untapped potential, that brilliance within you, so that you can actually make the impact that He always wanted you to. He already decided the impact He wanted you to make. He just wants you to tap into it so you can start making it. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to start. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to declare out loud today, Lord, reveal to me my portion. Lord, reveal to me my portion. And then I want you to start thinking about what you're naturally drawn to. What's the one thing that makes you come alive when you even think of it, when you talk about it, or even when you do it? What's the one thing that brings out a level of passion and excitement in you that you could talk about it all night? You would still do it even if they weren't paying you to. What have you been ignoring because you think it doesn't matter? That's the brilliance that you need to tap into. I'm throwing all this stuff out here because I want you to start thinking about it. I want to ignite a fire in you so that I want to encourage you so that you can start to dream again, because a lot of times when we feel stuck, we stop dreaming. I want to encourage you to start dreaming again. And don't just dream what you think. Don't just dream what you think you have the capacity to do right now. Dream about what you would like to expand that to. Dream in color, okay? I think it was Walt Whitman that had the song out. Walt Whitman and the Soul Children. They had the song out that says, "I might as well think big. Why should anyone think small? I might as well think big if I'm gonna think at all." I want you to start thinking the biggest dreams, the ones that seem inconceivable. Shoot for the top of the mountain, okay? Shoot for the highest, shoot for the top of the mountain, okay? Write the book, start the business, secure the vendor booth so you can go ahead and sell your products, your crafts. Register for the class you know you've been wanting to take all of your life. Go ahead and get the degree you've been said you wanted when you was in your 20s, and now that you're in your 50s. You're not too old, and it's not too late. And it's not crazy. More importantly, you're not crazy for wanting to pursue. What's crazy is not seizing the opportunities that are always dancing right in front of you most of the time, and you let them pass you on by. Here's the challenge for the week. I want you to write down 1 to 3 areas where you sense untapped potential. And I want you to choose one small step this week to begin exploring it. Okay? As you take that small step, I am hoping and praying that God reveals to you what your portion is and what your next steps should be so that you can start being who He predestined you to be. Tap into your brilliance. Identify it and tap into it today. This has been Walk It Out Wednesday with Coach T. I want you to tune in next week for week 2 of Lean Into It. I am the Coach T. I want you to keep walking and just be you. See you next week.